When was the last time your legs felt strong, not shaky? When was the last time walking didn't feel like a risk, or your heart felt steady, not constantly tired? Here is a surprising fact that most people over 60 never hear. You don't lose strength simply because of age. You lose it because you stop moving in the right ways. And today, I want to talk about one simple activity that doctors quietly recommend, physical therapists trust, and the longest living seniors swear by. It's cycling, not running, not jumping, not those painful gym workouts, just simple, steady cycling. And if you are over 60, please listen carefully. This video is not optional, it is essential. Because by the end of this video, you'll understand how cycling can burn fat without damaging your knees, strengthen your heart safely, and even rebuild leg muscles in your 70s or 80s. And at the very end, I'll share a secret tip that can double your results, something most seniors do completely wrong when they first start cycling. So please, stay with me. First, let's talk about why cycling is the safest fat-burning exercise you can do after 60. You see, cycling is what we call a low-impact, high-reward exercise. That means it burns a significant number of calories without pounding your joints. As we get older, the cushioning in our joints naturally thins out. Activities like running and jumping can create a force of 3 to 5 times your body weight on your knees. That's a lot of pressure. But cycling, it's different. It supports your body weight while still activating the largest muscle groups in your body. When these big muscles move, especially your thighs and your glutes, your body burns more fat, even after the workout is finished. This is a powerful effect called metabolic afterburn. Think of your knees like the suspension on an old, classic car. You wouldn't drive it recklessly over rocky, bumpy roads. You drive it smoothly on a clean, well-paved highway. Cycling is that smooth road for your body. So, how do you get started? It's simple. Start with just 10 minutes a day. The pace should be easy. So easy that you could hold a conversation while you're cycling. You can use a stationary bike at home or find a nice, flat outdoor path. Let me know in the comments, do your knees hurt when you walk for long distances? Just type yes or no. But wait before you start pushing harder. Listen very carefully to this. Pain is not progress. If cycling hurts your knees, the most common reason is that your seat is likely too low. Your knee should be just slightly bent at the very bottom of the pedal stroke. Getting this right is crucial for a pain-free ride. Now, let's move on to your heart. Here's how cycling protects your heart, often better than just walking. Cycling is one of the absolute best cardiovascular exercises for seniors. Your heart, after all, is a muscle. When you cycle at a steady, consistent pace, your heart rate increases gently. Your blood vessels become more flexible, and over time, your blood pressure can improve. Scientific studies have shown that seniors who cycle regularly have a lower risk of heart attacks, better cholesterol balance, and improved circulation, not just to the body, but to the brain as well. Imagine your heart is like the water pump in an old house. If you suddenly turn it on at full force, the old pipes could burst. But if you slowly and steadily increase the pressure, the entire system becomes stronger and more resilient. That's what cycling does for your cardiovascular system. For heart health, aim for 20 to 30 minutes, about 3 to 5 days a week. The pace should feel what we call comfortably challenging. You're working, but you're not gasping for air. On that note, have you ever been told you have high blood pressure? If yes, just type BP in the comments below. Many people believe that walking is enough for heart health. And walking is good, don't get me wrong. But cycling allows you to exercise for a longer duration with less fatigue. And more time spent exercising equals more benefits for your heart. Next, let's talk about building strong legs without getting bulky. Cycling is incredible for strengthening your quadriceps, which are the muscles on the front of your thighs, your hamstrings on the back, your calves, and the small, important hip stabilizer muscles. After the age of 60, we tend to lose muscle mass at a faster rate, a condition known as sarcopenia. Cycling creates repeated, gentle muscle contractions, which sends a clear signal to your body: keep this muscle. We still need it. This directly improves your balance, your walking speed, and most importantly, it helps with fall prevention. Think of your muscles like a savings account. If you stop making deposits, the balance slowly disappears. Cycling is like making a small, daily deposit into that account. When you're starting, use light resistance. Focus on making smooth, complete circles with your pedals, not just pushing down hard. You can gradually increase the resistance, but only after 2 or 3 weeks of consistency. Let me ask you, do you feel weaker climbing stairs than you used to? If so, comment stairs below. A quick note from a doctor's perspective: strong legs aren't about how you look, they are about your independence. Most falls in older adults happen because the leg muscles fail, not just because of a loss of balance. Strong legs are your foundation for a long, independent life. Now, let's talk about something we all think about: weight loss. Cycling can help you lose weight without forcing you to starve your body. It's particularly effective at reducing belly fat, which is considered the most dangerous type of fat. This visceral fat releases inflammatory chemicals that can increase your heart disease risk, worsen diabetes, and damage your joints. Cycling helps lower insulin resistance and improves your body's ability to metabolize fat. Belly fat is like smoke inside your house. You may not see the flames, but the damage is happening silently. Cycling helps clear that smoke out. For an extra boost, you could try cycling before breakfast 2 or 3 times a week. This is optional, but it can be effective. The key is to keep your sessions longer, not harder. And always remember to drink plenty of water before and after you ride. Let me know in the comments, which is harder for you to lose belly fat or thigh fat. And please, remember this: sweating more does not mean you're burning more fat. Consistency will always beat intensity when it comes to long-term, sustainable weight loss. There's another hidden benefit of cycling that we absolutely must talk about: your brain health. Cycling has been shown to improve memory and focus. Here's the science behind it. Cycling increases blood flow to the brain and boosts a special protein called BDNF. This protein acts like a fertilizer for your brain cells, protecting them and helping new ones grow. This leads to a lower risk of memory loss, depression, and overall cognitive decline. Your brain is like a garden. Movement is the water. If you don't water it, the plants wither. If you can, try cycling outdoors. Look around you, engage your senses, and smile. Yes, even just the act of smiling helps your brain. Do you ever find yourself forgetting names or appointments? You're not alone. If this happens to you, just comment yes. It's important to remember that exercise is as powerful as some medications, but it comes without the side effects. Finally, we've reached the most important part: how to start safely. Starting the wrong way can lead to pain, frustration, and quitting before you even experience the benefits. So here is your action plan. First, always warm up for 3 to 5 minutes with some light movement. Second, while cycling, sit tall with your shoulders relaxed. Third, stop immediately if you feel dizzy or have any chest pain. And fourth, stretch gently after you finish your ride. And of course, if you have any pre-existing heart conditions, diabetes, or joint replacements, please consult your doctor before you begin. It's always best to be safe. So let's recap. 1. Cycling burns fat safely without hurting your joints. 2. It strengthens your heart and your legs. And 3. It protects your brain and secures your independence. Now, for the secret tip I promised you at the beginning. This is it. Cycle slower, but for longer. The biggest mistake most seniors make is trying to go too fast, too soon. They get exhausted, sore, and they quit. A slow, Steady 30-minute ride is far more beneficial than a fast, exhausting 10-minute sprint. It's about endurance, not speed. Finally, if your health truly matters to you, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and join our growing longevity community. In our very next video, lines show you exactly what to eat after you cycle to help rebuild muscle even faster after 60. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Thanks for watching.